Hello, good friends, it's the Twi-King, and welcome to the introduction to Season 5 of Monday Night Sluggers predictions. Hard to believe that this kind of competition has come a long way after nearly 2 years, and hopefully many more to come. Those of you who have participated in this before pretty much already know what to expect, but I feel like I haven't given enough of an explanation to those who may be brand new to this, mainly in an effort to increase the participation turnout. If you already know how this works, you can skip ahead to the appropriate timestamp shown here, where I talk about new things for the upcoming season. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and explain to newcomers out there how Monday Night Sluggers predictions works. Alrighty, newcomers, here is what to expect. Sluggers Predictions is a competition held on Monday nights for 3 months, where you predict what kind of outcomes will happen on my routine streams of the Mario Sluggers game. Every week of the season takes place at a certain ballpark from within the game. For instance, week 1 of the season takes place at Mario Stadium, week 2 at Yoshi Park, and others over the course of an 8-week regular season. How do you predict, you may be asking? You simply use these Google Forms sheet to fill them out. You will be asked things like what captains will be randomly selected by me to play in these exhibition games, how many home runs, certain ballpark shenanigans, and many others. Before I get into how to fill out these forms, I'm going to cover how I run these Slugger streams in general. It will start with a short countdown video, followed by me coming on to get things started. Then we get started with playing a daytime exhibition game at the ballpark of the week. I will be randomly selecting the captain to play as by pressing the number 1 button on the Wii remote. Then I randomly select the rest of teammates on both sides, but I take out extra captain characters from my team and I set a star ranking to each member of the opposing team to make it more of a challenge for me. I then try to keep track of any colored Toad, Yoshi, or Shy Guy that randomly comes up, as that will be used for MVP points at the end of each game. After all that gets settled, we begin this 9-inning game. You'll see me counting up stats like home runs, strikeouts, and other special events happening during that game too. After the exhibition game is over, I look at who the MVP of my team is and decide which mode to play as an intermission between exhibition games with that character. Those modes are either Minigame Madness or Toy Field. Whichever mode I pick for the daytime MVP, the MVP for the nighttime game will play in the other. After playing that first intermission mode, we do the same thing that started the stream again, but for the nighttime version of the ballpark. Stats from the daytime game will still carry over to the nighttime game. After playing the nighttime game, the MVP for that will play the other intermission mode that wasn't played, and after that gets finished, I end off the stream for the week. These streams typically run from 1.5 to 2 hours, so it can last as long as some movies you watch. And that is how a Monday Night Sluggers prediction stream works. Now it's time to answer your question of how do I get involved. It's pretty simple, really. All you first have to do is register to participate so that it will be easy for me to keep track of your points total on the season. Use this Google Forms sheet here to register. Shortly after you register, you will be contacted by me via your preferred method and be given a randomized 4-digit ID number. The ID number is used to authenticate you as a registered participant. That way nobody can use your name for manipulation purposes, such as giving lopsidedly bad picks on the forms. You'll also notice that at the end of the registration form is an agreement you must abide to, which is to get your submissions of the weekly prediction forms done on time before the stream for that week begins. Otherwise, you will be dismissed from the competition season. You'll have plenty of time to get all 8 weeks of them filled out after registering, so don't feel pressured to only fill out just one per week, especially if it's within minutes of the stream starting. You'll see some reminder videos uploaded to my YouTube channel in the few days leading up to the stream to help you. After each week is finished, I look over your submissions and give you points based on how you did. A results video for that will usually come out on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Central Time here on my YouTube channel, which will show a leaderboard of how many points each participant scored. The one who scored the most for that week will win $10 Nintendo eShop credit. There will also be eShop credit prizes for scoring the most cumulative points at the end of the 8-week regular season, and for being the grand champion of the playoffs. To qualify for the playoffs, you must finish the regular season in the top 16, or 24, or 32, depending on how many I set at the close of registration of the cumulative points leaderboard. And that is what to expect from a Sluggers stream for all you newcomers out there. Hope to see you participate, and best of luck. Alrighty, you made it here to the non-boring part of the video. I am now going to talk about what to expect for Season 5 for both rookies and veterans. But first, say hello to the mascot for Monday Night Sluggers predictions. This may not be as big a factor, but I always wanted to change the look of announcement and results videos by adding in a new logo and mascot. Over the course of last season, I approached this artist on Twitter named Mad Hatterson, who needed emergency commissions, and I got her to design this daisy in baseball garb. I also like the blowing bubblegum aesthetic to it, since many baseball players do that as well. I don't know if Madison is accepting any commissions at this time of the release of this video, but I would consider you to check out her portfolio and see if you can get your own designs commissioned by her. Just wanted to show this off before I get into Season 5 discussions. Anyways, here we go. The format of the season will still be intact with an 8-week regular season. Schedule for that will come up momentarily, followed by the playoffs for the top 16, 24, or 32 participants depending on how many we can get registered. I highly recommend that if we want a high turnout of participants, that you, the viewers, should tell your friends and family about this. If we can get enough to sign up, I'll put registrants' names for referring others to sign up in a drawing for a chance to win eShop credit. The 5th season of Sluggers Predictions will get underway on Monday, March 6th, 2023 at Mario Stadium. Before that, you have from now till Wednesday, March 1st at 10 p.m. Central Time to register. We will, of course, have 2 weeks before the season begins to have an exhibition-type bonus stream on Monday, February 20th at Mario Stadium. The prediction week is for people who are registered, and also if you are not, to get a good feel for how the week works. The prediction form for that is free to fill out with or without the ID number. The points you earn in that will not carry over into the regular season, but just think of it as a way to warm up for the season to begin. Now, here is the schedule in full. Look it over, and I will next discuss what new things to expect with prediction forms for Season 5. Alrighty, now for what you've been waiting for, changes to the prediction forms. Most things on them have not changed, but some questions have modifications, and there's even a brand new question for the season. First, I'm going to go over the modifications of certain questions. For the ones involving things like how many home runs, strikeouts, and certain ballpark shenanigans, for a long time I only gave you 2 ranged answers to those questions, such as less than 10 or 10 or more. I figured since it was pointless to keep counting once I reached 10 or whatever number was the target, I would rather have you guys just answer these questions with just basically a number you think sounds good. I figured this may give a hindrance on newcomers, but not to worry. For each ballpark that you answer this question, I will include an average number of that category to help you out. I calculated my average home runs per stream at the ballpark over the last 2 seasons to come up with the number you'll see for each question. All you have to do for that question is come within 5 of the actual number I get to earn points based on how far off you were, just like the total runs predicted questions. Now, unlike the total runs where being off by more than 15 resulted in negative points, that will not apply for these other questions, in which I'll just score you a 0 if off by 5 or more. And now here is the brand new question for this season. What will be the total star points I score in Minigame Madness? You may have noticed me at the end of Minigame Madness mention the total star points, and I thought to myself in the middle of last season, why don't I make that a question for next season? Of course, I kept that secret as I wanted to make it a pleasant surprise today. For this question, all you have to do is predict what will be the total number of star points I get. And here is a challenging catch for this question alone. I will only give points starting at 10 down to 0 for only the 10 participants who come closest to that star points total. If by any chance someone gets the star points number right on the nose, that person will get 20 points instead. Everyone else who was not amongst the 10 closest to the actual number will just be scored a 0. During the playoffs, however, when we have head-to-head matchups, only the one person in that matchup who came the closest will get 10 points. If a tie occurs in that, both players will get 0 points. I hope you will enjoy the intrigue in these questions that I have modified and added. Also, please do not hesitate to ask me if you need help with clarification of these questions, as I will do my best to clear things up for you on that matter. And I think that will about do it for this introductory video to Season 5 of Sluggers Predictions. Again, registration is now open, and you have till Wednesday, March 1st to get signed up and participate. Be sure to let other friends and family know of this season so that we can have a great participant turnout and have a deeper playoff feel. If you are still on the fence about registering, you could still fill out the prediction form for the bonus stream that will be held on Monday, February 20th, and then maybe that will give you an idea of how this works. All these links will be available down in the description. You can also find links to all regular season week forms on my Linktree, which I highly recommend you bookmark to your browser to make it easy to access the prediction forms, plus spreadsheets detailing registrants' names who have submitted forms and the results for each week. Otherwise, that will do it. Thanks for watching this introductory video to Season 5. Be sure to ask me any questions you may have about this season. I hope to see you participate, and best of luck to you all.